Hello, and I would like to show you how the dictionary works with the Tipitaka Pali projector. Sometimes we call it TPP. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reset everything so that you have a fresh install. And there's a bug, I'll show you where that is. We're always updating. First thing we're going to do is go to Preferences and go to the Dictionaries. So we're going to go to Dictionaries, which is the second tab, and we're going to click on a lot of the English dictionaries, even though they're all sort of the same. We're going to click on them anyways, and I'll explain them too. And the last one is the Sanskrit English dictionary. You can also, if you're on a tablet, you might need to use these buttons here too. So you highlight it and you can select it, and then you can just jump it over here. These are called ping pong boxes. You double click or you hit these boxes here. I think you can double click, maybe you can multi-select, yeah, and then you can send it over back and forth. We're also going to click the WorldNet English Dictionary. Just for fun, I'll show you another feature that you can do. And here is the abbreviated dictionary name. So here you see SCD. We can change that to SC, which is Sutta Central. We can change this to DPR2, DPR2, because it's another version of the DPR thing. And a matter of fact, maybe we don't need this DPR. And so we have the Sutta Central, and the names automatically, stick as soon as you type them, and don't need this one. And so we have maybe 4 dictionaries. That's good enough. So it's enough to show you how things work. So what we're going to do here is we're going to show you. This is the main dictionary selector, and then we're going to have a subset dictionary selector. So let's actually make it crowded just for fun. I'm going to put that back. I'm going to put that Pali English dictionary. Where was it? I'm going to put that back. And another thing is I can change the order, how they will appear. And so I'm going to send the PTS dictionary second to last. So I'm going to send the Sanskrit one all the way last. So I'm going to go down, and the PTS one I'm going to put second to last. And that's about right. Sutta Central is usually good to have first because it's really concise. So we're going to have a main list here, and then we're going to sort of we're going to dynamically on the fly be able to choose which dictionaries are active for our definitions, which I'll show you can become useful. We're going to pick the Mahavaga just because I like it. It's the Buddha's story, and you can also get the first few suttas from there. And in our next version, things will be a lot quicker to load. Maybe I'll make a video about the prototype that we have. The more dictionaries you have, the more time it takes to load, because it's loading each dictionary, and some of them are big. And let's take a simple word like Nirodo, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dictionaries, and we'll have you can see that there's the DBR2, there's SC, and there's different, I think SC should have been first. I don't know, maybe that's a bug. Or maybe for some reason it shows a duplicate here. Anyways, so this is the PTS here. The PTS is quite large. That's why I like it at the end, because a lot of the junk's at the end, or the the useful technical stuff. And this Sanskrit one is very rarely used. Actually, I'm not going to really use it much. It's for the Sanskrit nerds out there. That's what it is. And if you feel it's like a little too much, you can just turn that off and boom, you can narrow down your screen so that you have a clear definition. So you might want like SC and PTS, and so that you have two different contrasting dictionaries. The DPR2 is quite similar, except it has some of the forms there, and DPR is another one. They're actually pretty much the same definition. The number of entries might be different. I'm not really sure. Sutta Central used to add to the CPED, which is the Concise Pali English Dictionary, and I think they're all derivatives of that. And Sutta Central actually has a new one, and we're going to probably grab that. It's open source, or it's in the open source library. So we're going to probably get that, which has a lot more definitions. And we might be translating a Myanmar dictionary, which has 150,000 words later on. But that's a long project. I'm talking too much. So you have the dictionaries. You can reduce the number. You might want to have a contrasting thing. This little box here, you can type in the words that you want. So like if we type bhikkhu, sorry. If I type bhikkhu and I click on it, then I'll be able to get a list. So again, when I typed BHIKK, okay, so I get the list. I don't have to type the whole thing, and that's really nice. Let me show you something here with whoops, I typed the wrong word. I clicked the wrong word. That's also a problem. So you do have to type the whole word. So here, all the words in the definition are actually clickable. So if we have SED selected, it will actually try to find bhikshu. This is a .s here. I don't know if you can see it, but BHIK.SU is sh sound. So if we click on that, it can find it in the SED, the Sanskrit English Dictionary. There's one small bug I said I would tell you about. If we actually make this a little larger, you only have to do this once. It's just in the default settings. We'll have to just change a number, and we'll make this this width here bigger. As long as you don't reset, it'll remember the width for as long as you don't reset. You can have it this wide or whatever. So that could be useful. Actually, you don't need such a wide screen to read. It's actually probably comfortable with this much, but the other side can get a little crazy. This back button brings you back. So it brings you back to your previous lookups. So I looked up bhikkhu, here's nirodha. So that's pretty useful. So you don't have to hit, if you hit this, it'll give you a different page, whereas this will give you the most recent dictionary lookup. And that's pretty good, because let's say we go tanha nirodho and we have like a lot of stuff to go through before we get to nirodho. Okay, so what we could do is we could just look at tanha, we see the definition, we can click on nirodho, and we can see the definition. Then we can go back, and then we can, of course tanha is already defined up top, but we can go like that and go back and then click on these words too. And like I said, just for fun, we're going to do the English dictionary. And so you might not know what drought means. And so you can click on that, and we'll actually have the English dictionary definitions for you. And a lot of the monks who work in English medium actually don't have English as their native language. We do have Chinese dictionaries. We do have Indonesian dictionaries. You can look at the dictionary list. But you might be working in English, and you might not understand what it means. And we're going to include English translations hopefully sometime later. And again, that can be very useful as well. So every word is clickable. If you don't know what shortage is, if you don't know what property is, these words are all they're all clickable for you, and you can get it. And same with the Pali words. Pali words are clickable. What else did I want to tell you? So Jarar Maranang. So let's click on this. So here, sometimes the algorithm doesn't work. There's an incredible algorithm written by Venerable Yuttadhammo, and we borrowed it and we generated a flat file from it, and that's how we get really fast, really fast dictionary searches, because it's just going through a sorted list of words that are already broken up, and then we just go right into the dictionaries and find them. Sometimes it doesn't work. So what Auto does is it goes to DPR, it says, hey, did I find anything? It says, yeah, and then it just stops. It says, hey, did I find anything? Did I not find anything? And then it says, go to TPP. TPP is our algorithm. It's really, it's sort of dumb, and we intentionally made it dumb, and rather than involving a lot of rules, we had a different logical way to split up words. So if we actually click on that, we actually got Jar Maranang. So we usually do well when they drop the M. We actually can do quite well on that. So we're sort of proud of that. So if it doesn't work, you can just click on TPP. And sometimes neither of the algorithms work. You might just want none. Of course, nothing is going to show up, but sometimes you just want to click on part of a word and get jar. So you can do that if you have none selected. Just don't forget to put it back, because you'll be like, hey, I'm not getting any if it's on none, and it should be able to break up this word and find something that's going to say nothing. But what else can I show you? That's pretty much it. You can turn things on, you can turn things off, you can go back, you can type, and that's pretty much it. In the miscellaneous tab, you have a history. We'll get rid of the repeatable words. You can turn them off, and you can export to Anki, and there's a whole video on how to do that. So we do keep track of the words, and you can click on these and go back to the word, and make sure you just click on the dictionary. That's a little bug here, and so you get the back arrow. And there's declensions. Maybe we'll discuss that later. It usually works with maybe smaller words. Vaginity might work. Yeah. So this is a verb declension, and this would be a noun declension. So it's very useful, and we have a paragraph. Paragraph, this is where you definitely want just one short definition, and because it's going to give you all the words in a single paragraph. Everything is organized by paragraphs here. So we automatically know all the words in each paragraph as you click them, and we also know your position and everything. So anyways, that's what it is. You have the dictionary declension. You can use this as a regular dictionary to look up words. And one more thing, you can also type the Velthius characters like PAA.LI, and you'll get the diacriticals. It's using the Velthius. I'm not going to explain how that works. You can look it up. Wikipedia, I think, has a list of the letters and stuff like that. And that's about it. So I hope that you get a chance to use the Tipitaka Pali projector. I'll have some other tutorials on how it works, and there's going to be continuous updates, and I hope to release updates according to this YouTube channel. So please subscribe below and hit the bell, and that's about it. So may this help you reach Nibbana, and please share merit too.